Hey everyone, today we're going to break down a world that, let's be honest, you're already a huge part of, e-commerce. And it is so much more than just online shopping. It's this incredibly complex system that has totally changed how our economy works. So let's just dive right in.
Think about it. Every single time you click that Buy Now button, you're plugging into this massive global engine. But what you might not realize is that this engine has a bunch of different parts, right? Different models that make the whole thing go. And today, we're going to take a look under the hood and see exactly what they are and how they all connect.
So, first things first, what even is e-commerce? Before we can get into all the different flavors, we need to get on the same page about what this digital marketplace really is. Okay, so at its heart, the definition is actually really simple. E-commerce is just the buying and selling of goods and services using the internet. That's it. Anytime money and products are changing hands online, you're looking at e-commerce. But here's where it gets interesting. It's a way bigger world than just adding stuff to your cart. E-commerce is basically the entire digital financial ecosystem. I'm talking about things like online banking, all those digital payment apps on your phone, online auctions, and even internet marketing. Yep, they all fall under this massive umbrella.
All right, let's kick things off with the invisible giant of the digital world, B2B, or business to business. This is the one we don't really see as consumers, but believe it or not, it is by far the largest chunk of e-commerce. It's not even close.
A good way to think about it is this. Before you can buy that new smartphone, the company making it had to buy all the little components from dozens of other companies. That entire hidden supply chain, where businesses are selling parts, raw materials, and services to other businesses, that's B2B in action. And the way these deals work is completely different. We're not talking about buying one or two things. We're talking about massive, huge orders. These aren't just quick clicks. They're based on long-term relationships, and the prices are almost always negotiated between professional buyers and sellers.
So to make it really clear, just picture a car company buying tons of steel, or your favorite local coffee shop buying coffee beans by the sack. And platforms like Alibaba, they're basically giant online hubs for this exact thing, connecting businesses all over the world so they can trade in bulk.
Okay, now let's switch over to the one you definitely know best, B2C, or business to consumer. This is the e-commerce you're probably using every single week, maybe even every single day.
The key thing to remember here is that a business is selling directly to you, the individual person. It's basically a digital storefront that's open 24/7, right there on your phone or your computer.
And unlike that complex, negotiated world of B2B, B2C is all about speed and making things easy. The price is the price, the transaction takes seconds, and companies spend a ton of money on marketing and customer service just to get you to click that button. And yeah, the examples are literally everywhere. Buying a book on Amazon, grabbing a new shirt from a site like Doraz, or even just subscribing to a streaming service like Netflix, that is all classic B2C. Okay, so what happens when we take businesses out of the equation completely? Well, that's when we, the individuals, get to take center stage. And that brings us to our third model, C2C, or consumer to consumer. Honestly, this model is all about empowerment. It gives any one of us the power to become a seller. We interact directly with other people, and we just use an online platform as a sort of trusted meeting place to get it done. What's so cool about this is that there's no big company setting all the rules. You're usually buying stuff that's secondhand or maybe unique and handmade. The platform itself, like an eBay, is just acting as a middleman to make sure everything's trustworthy. And yeah, the prices are usually pretty flexible or even based on an auction. Have you ever sold an old gadget on eBay? Or maybe a piece of furniture on a local site like OLX? Or even just bought something from someone in a Facebook group? If you have, you've been part of C2C e-commerce. You're both the consumer and you could be the seller.
All right, for our last category, we're going to shift gears in a big way and look at how governments are getting in on the action. This is called G2C, or government to citizen.
The main goal of G2C is pretty simple: efficiency. It's all about taking those traditionally slow, paper-filled government processes and making them digital, fast, and easy to access for all of us. And the benefits here are huge. Instead of waiting in line for hours, you get convenience. It saves everybody time, it can make government processes way more transparent, and it gets rid of mountains of paperwork. It's really all about modernizing public services.
And you know what? You've probably already used this without even realizing it was a type of e-commerce. Paying your taxes on a government website, renewing your driver's license online, paying a water bill through an official portal. All of those are perfect examples of G2C.
Shoo. So we have covered a lot of ground, right? From those huge industrial deals all the way down to selling your old bike online. Now let's kind of zoom out and see how this whole puzzle fits together.
And here it is, the whole system in one simple view. You can clearly see how that core relationship changes across the board, from business to business trading in bulk, to businesses selling one-on-one to us selling directly to each other, and finally, to the government offering digital services. Each one has its own unique dynamic.
So let's lock it in one last time. B2B, that's the industrial backbone. B2C, your personal digital mall. C2C, the people's marketplace. And G2C, the digital town hall. 4 different models, all part of one massive interconnected digital economy.
So we've mapped out the major ways e-commerce works today. But that leaves us with a really fascinating question, doesn't it? As new tech like AI and virtual worlds keeps growing, what new connections are going to pop up? What's going to be the next groundbreaking model that completely redefines our digital lives?